This week has seen a massive new Switch eShop sale go live, and today I'm going to be taking you through 15 of my favourite deals, and that's going to be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now look, admittedly with this one, it's way better if you are based in the US or Canada, and unfortunately, just sometimes it goes that way. So I've tried to at least get a nice selection in for everyone, but if you do see something that you do like, and you know it's not live yet, wishlist it, as I do suspect you're going to get that chance very soon. Now if you do enjoy this video, subscribe, it helps out the channel a huge amount, and yeah, it seriously is appreciated. Alright, so before we do get to the deals, remember we have two winners coming up later in this video for two $10 eShop gift cards, and then also we do have two more to give away in next Saturday's video. All you need to do to enter is drop a comment down below. Berserk Boy is our first game of the week, currently available at a 25% discount. That is its lowest price yet since its release back in March. Now I also reviewed this one, you can find that video down below. Now as for the gameplay, Berserk Boy is an action platformer clearly inspired by classics like Mega Man, and yet it's fast paced, offers just the right level of challenge, and it features stunning pixel art along with a winning soundtrack. Now in this one then, you're stepping into the shoes of a hero that's been transformed by mysterious orbs, and basically you're now out to save the world. I've played through it a couple of times and I have every intention of going back again. Streets of Rage 4 gets a new low price with 55% off, widely regarded as one of the best beat-em-ups on the system. This game showcases how to successfully execute a follow-up to a classic years later. For me, it just perfectly blends the nostalgic elements we love with, you know, those modern enhancements. It also brings back classic characters while introducing a few new likeable cast members as well. Expect here an incredible soundtrack, deep mechanics, a serious challenge, and a ton of unlocks to keep you coming back. My full review is in the pinned comments. Dead Cells is back, matching the low price with 50% off, and this is a modern classic in the roguelike genre, featuring 2D action platforming across various biomes, supported by incredible weapons and combat. Now like many in the genre, it essentially embodies that try and try again philosophy, making it both challenging and addictive. However, thanks to customizable difficulty settings, this game in my opinion is one of the better ways to dive into the genre for the first time, and it comes highly recommended from me. Now for those then in the UK, EU and Australia as well, it is worth noting the Medley of Pain bundle is also on sale. That throws in the 4 DLC packs such as Castlevania, and that is an extra 10 quid or your regional equivalents. Long Gone Days is 35% off, a new low price. Now if you are a fan of RPGs, this one comes highly recommended from me, especially if you want something that is just a bit different. You know, it still has that element of fantasy to it, but it actually tackles themes surrounding modern warfare, which we don't see all of that often. Now in the story, you're playing as a sniper who grew up in an underground facility under the control of an army, but when you finally get to battle, you recognize quickly you are not the good guys. Now you're going on the run from this organization. So yeah, along this journey, expect to meet new characters and fight back, and yeah, I just love the cast. The turn-based combat evolves enough to keep it interesting, and my only real wish with this one was that it had more sniping sections. There's these brief opening encounters, they feel unique, they reinforce the character's skill set, however they rarely do return. My review is down below. Hollow Knight is back with a 50% discount, and this masterpiece at such a great price is a must-have. The only recent games in the genre I would consider even close to this are the RE entries. Just be warned though, with this one, it is of course a challenging game, but the stunning visuals and music combined with the incredibly responsive control scheme, in my opinion, just make it all worth it. And the game, don't want to give too much away, but you're going to be exploring a world of a fallen kingdom with ancient locations and deadly enemies. Overall, this is one of the best games on the Switch, and it includes all of the DLC, so that means new locations, enemies, bosses, items, and then even a boss rush mode. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is another game I reviewed on the channel, find that video below. However, it's also one of the few 10 out of 10s I've ever given on the channel, and the gameplay here is a mix of narrative-focused adventure exploration presented in a side-scrolling format, and then tactical battles. Now the battles are honestly quite simple, so I wouldn't suggest coming here for them. The presentation in those moments as well, it might not be for everyone. It's almost like this why I like style, and now personally I like the design, but it's the story that is incredible. That is what you should be coming for. Now, I want to avoid spoilers, but it's set around an invasion mixed with time travel, and yeah, great game. And if you do watch my video review, do not worry, it is completely spoiler free. Now, right now it's 70% off, matching the low price. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is here with 60% off, matching the low price. Now, this is how you rebuild a game the right way. It takes all of the best elements, keeps the same great control scheme, and then adds some magic with those visuals. Now, it looks and runs great on the Switch hardware, and I've been coming back to this one ever since it launched. For fans as well, it includes a decent amount of the original skaters and tracks from the soundtrack. There's a few additions and adjustments, mainly due to licensing. But overall, I just don't think you can go wrong with this one, and my review is below. Dark Souls Remastered is on sale with 50% off, that matches the low price. Now, it's a game that's basically notorious for never dropping in price. It normally happens maybe twice a year, and that's for a reason. It's a game that requires little introduction, being one of the original Soul experiences following on from Demon Souls, and on top of all of that, this is just a great port that looks good, plays well, and definitely runs smoothly. It's then, as gameplay goes, I guess, set in this incredibly dark universe, and it's going to be a game that's just going to throw you in, kill you, and then say basically, well, yeah, go figure it out for yourself. However, the world here for me just suckers you in, and for many, this game is a must-buy. On top of all of this, then it packs all previously released DLC. Mega Man Battle and Network Collection is a series of tactical role-playing games set in the fantastic Mega Man universe. Now, this bundle contains 10 games, so you're definitely getting a lot of gameplay here for the cash. It is, however, worth noting that from the third game onwards, similar to Pokemon, there are actually 2 versions of each entry, and the differences are somewhat minor, such as the different encounters you're gonna face. Now, I do have a dedicated video on the channel, I'll link that down below, but I am a massive fan, and this collection even includes a gallery of art and music, and then most importantly, online play is supported, which is just an incredible addition for an older game. Now, right now it's 50% off, matching the low price. Sea of Stars is now available at a new low price, 25% off, making it a must-buy for RPG fans. Now, this game tells the tale of 2 children who harness the combined powers of the sun and the moon to wield eclipse magic, the only force capable of standing against the monstrous creations of the sinister alchemist, the Fleshmancer. Now, for me, what sets Sea of Stars apart is its turn-based combat, which features timed hits, combo attacks, boosting damage types, and spell breaking, and that just really makes for something kind of, strategic. On top of this then, beautiful looking game, the soundtrack is stunning too, and I will link my video down below where I did cover the demo. A quick mention then for Celeste. We've seen the price lower previously in the US and Canada, but it is matching the low for those in the UK, EU and Australia, and if you don't own it, you should absolutely jump on it. A challenging platformer with an incredible approach to its storytelling, and that centers on the themes of overcoming inner demons. It also has B-sides, variations of levels, and these ramp that difficulty even further. Right now it's 75% off. Rogue Legacy 2 gets a new low price of 45% off, and I cannot stress enough how good this game is. This follow-up levels up the experience in nearly every way. It features stunning hand-drawn visuals, more weapons, more character options, a bigger set of abilities, and then basically just building in between runs is so much more satisfying. It still then as well, of course, retains that concept of dying and having your next in line take over while you kind of build up this massive kingdom. Yes, this game, if you didn't know, it is a roguelike, and this means you'll need to adapt to different weapons and run strategies just constantly. Incredible game though, that I still play a lot to this day. Scruffy is our first winner of the week then, who highlighted No Man's Sky. Congrats on the win, drop me an email for the code. Everyone else, I have a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. 30XX gets a new low price with 30% off, making it a fantastic deal. This game is a spin on the classic Mega Man series, a character who, let's face it, doesn't get enough love. What makes 30XX unique though is its incorporation of roguelike elements, and yes, of course, because of that, it is incredibly difficult, but they've nailed the control scheme and just that overall design. Additionally, the game supports both local and online co-op, and thanks to procedural generation, the levels change every single run. This means no 2 attempts will ever be the same. Incredible stuff, and one I still need to review on the channel. So yeah, definitely take a peek at this one if you like the idea of, I guess, almost Mega Man with an extra layer of challenge. Disco Elysium is a masterpiece. It received a patch shortly after launch that significantly reduced the load times, addressing one of the main complaints for the game from me. However, even before that patch, the compromises made were absolutely worth it to get the game running on the hardware. Now in this RPG, you're playing as a detective, grappling with numerous personal issues while also trying to solve a murder. Now, the gameplay focus is primarily on exploration, dialogue, and piecing together these different clues. The writing is incredibly dark and pitch perfect, tackling various challenging themes simultaneously, and the game also then features tabletop style elements, and it's complemented then by this incredible soundtrack from British Sea Power. Honestly, I could just sit here and compliment this game all day. Like, for example, it has some of the best voice acting I've ever encountered in a game, but I'll leave it with this. At 70% off, matching the low price, it is an absolute steal. You should absolutely play this game, and find my review in the pinned comments. Roro is our second winner of the week, though it seems like many of us is battling that backlog. Congrats on the win, email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Saturday's video. TUNIC is an isometric action game that takes you on a journey as a smaller fox in a fast ancient world filled with legends, powers, and monsters. As you navigate through forests, ruins, and catacombs, you'll be battling enemies, collecting items, and uncovering secrets. The game revolves around the story of a hidden treasure, and your adventure will involve reconstructing a lost instruction manual, and this will actually reveal the map, techniques, and more details. It's a really creative idea. And the gameplay then involves tactical combat requiring dodging, blocking, and parrying, and yet it's reminiscent of old school Zelda, but I think quite a bit more challenging. Regarding the Switch build then, the visuals take a slight downgrade and the performance definitely struggles at points, honestly. However, I still had a great time, and it's currently available at a new low price, 50% off. And that is the video down. Will you be grabbing anything from this sale? Let us know in the comments. If you do have any recommendations of your own right now as well, it's a pretty big sale. Would love to hear them too in the comments. With that then, look, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.